How's it going, guys? And we are back with another video today, and this time around we're going to be checking out Brilliant Stars and Evolving Skies reprints. Now there's a lot of talk whether we're actually going to get a reprint or not, but I want to give you my opinion and a bit of a rundown of some of the products and some of the raw cards and how they're sitting on the market and some of the effects that we could see with these reprints. Okay. You're looking to pay upwards of £250 for Evolving Skies booster box, and in some cases even hitting that £300 mark. Now, with Brilliant Stars, you're looking to pay around £170, that kind of figure, in some cases upwards of that mark as well. And it just shows you what strong sets these really are. If there is going to be a reprint, well, I kind of see these kind of sets going. I can see with Evolving Skies, if we got a reprint, I can see it hitting around that £200 mark. I don't think it's going to go anywhere near MSRP because I think this set in general is too strong a set, and there's so many high value cards within this set as well. Now, with regards to Brilliant Stars, it doesn't have as many cards that hit the same value of Evolving Skies, but there are some Charizard cards that people will always want to go back and chase, which makes that set, you know, a desirable set, and it has a strong trainer gallery set to it as well. If we were to get a reprint, I would say around 140. Wouldn't even be surprised if it was a slightly more than that as well. 150 odd. Now, Pokemon have actually come out with a statement. I'll leave it on the screen here. If you want to read this statement, it's very interesting kind of what they're saying about the reprints. They're not coming out with anything definite. They're kind of patching it away, in my opinion. They're not giving us too much information of what they are going to be definitively doing. So it's going to kind of leave it wide open. So have a read of that, pause the video if you want to check that out as well. If you haven't already done so though, guys, do subscribe to the channel, like today's video. It really does mean a lot and it really helps my algorithm. And if you're not part of the Finding Charizard Discord, do go check that out. I'm on there fairly regularly and I can give you some tips and advice about your Pokemon investment. Now guys, I have some facts and figures of some raw cards, most of which are going to be from Evolving Skies. I'm going to be touching on Brilliant Stars slightly as well, as it doesn't have so many cards in Brilliant Stars that hit a high value like Evolving Skies. There's only one or two that I'm going to be actually talking about. So as this Moonbeyond 6, it's £480. However, in the last 3 months, this card was selling for £560. You can see from the graph yourself, these facts don't lie. This is a very unsteady market at the minute, and this is for the Moonbeyond card. That's over £100 difference in what this card is performing in the last 3 months. Now, our next card we're going to be having a look at is the Rayquaza VMAX. One of these cards I absolutely love from Evolving Skies. I am itching to get this card in my collection. Now, this card is currently sitting for £276. That's the market value of the card at the minute. And in the last 3 months, this card was selling for £313. That was the highs in the last 3 months this card was selling for. Now, the Leafeon VMAX are currently sitting at £166 in the market at the minute, but however, in this period, we have seen this card sell for £174. So not too much difference, only a difference of like 12 quid, but all of these cards have something unique about them. These are the alternate art cards. These are the most desirable cards from Evolving Skies. And it's very interesting when you break it down to what is actually happening with the market. We're not done yet though. We've got the Glaceon VMAX to talk about. That's £153, currently valued at now. Last 3 months, this was going for £180, £30 difference odd there with that one. And the Sylveon VMAX is currently going for £135 and hit highs in the last 3 months of £151. So first of all, let's touch on Brilliant Stars. The main two cards from this set are the Charizard alternate art card. I'm a happy owner of this card now, and it's a beautiful card it is. This is currently valued at £175 on the market and had highs of £208 in the last 3 months. Now, the Charizard V-Star Rainbow Rare is a really nice card. I've got two in my collection, and this hasn't really changed in the market over the last 3 months. You're kind of sitting around £87 to be exact, but 80 to 90, this is what this card is currently going for. What this information tells me that this is a very, very unsteady market. So there's two ways you can look at this. There will be collectors thinking that there's not going to be a reprint, so they're buying these cards up now because they think this is the lowest time that they can actually afford to get these cards. However, you have the flip side of the coin, and you have the people that think there's going to be a reprint who aren't buying into these cards right now, and they're going to hold off and hopefully get these cards at a cheaper rate. Depending on whatever your opinion is, I would highly recommend, whatever you do, holding off right now. Wait out the next 3 months, and I'll tell you why you need to wait out the next 3 months in the next part here. But with these figures, it definitely tells me there is uncertainty within the market, and what I would recommend, hold on to your money. If you're looking to invest within these sets just now, I would say hold off and give it a bit of time. So in the next 3 months, guys, we will see Scarlet and Violet being released. So Pokemon, you could kind of argue they have the next 3 months to give us a reprint of either Evolving Skies or Brilliant Stars. I would be surprised if we got reprints after they have released Scarlet and Violet, purely because you would think that they would be focusing on the new set, Scarlet and Violet, the hype around that, the whole new era, and also printing out Crown Zenith as well. That's what I would kind of think to that. So that's why I would probably think the next 3 months is going to be very key to see what happens with Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars, to actually see if they're going to be giving us any more reprints with these sets. Now that is the reason why I would say hold off over the next 3 months, engage the market, watch how things are selling on eBay and TCG Player and other secondary markets where you can buy your cards from, and really kind of keep up to date with forums and obviously keep up to date with Pokemon in general. So what I would be doing in the next 3 months is I'm going to wait and see what is going to happen to see if we actually get these reprints or not. If we don't get these reprints, then it kind of tells me then this might be the time to start buying these cards. However, if we do get the reprints, then obviously we're going to see potentially these prices of these products and raw cards come down a bit. Now I want to give you some information of some sets and some products that have struggled after a reprint. Now the first one I want to talk about is Vivid Vultures. I actually am a big fan of Vivid Vultures. I actually get around the set, but the main card from the set is obviously the Chunky Pikachu Rainbow card. It's a cool looking card. Obviously Pikachu is a very popular card in general, but after this reprint it had a really tough time, and now we're seeing these figures very low. And not only that, you've also got Darkness Ablaze that had a very heavy reprint at the same time when Vivid Vulture did, and now these Elite Trainer boxes were sitting very high. These were going upwards of £60 in some cases, both of these Elite Trainer boxes, but after the reprint now we'll see them for really cheap, half that price if not lower in some cases, and it's definitely had a knock-on effect. And Shining Fates in general just had a massive print. I can actually go in my local game store and buy a Shining Fates Elite Trainer box, but I wouldn't be doing that because that would be RRP prices, and you can get the Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes for well under the MSRP price. So another set that has had a very high print run, and it hasn't met up to Hidden Fates. There's no way getting about it. It doesn't have the same value in the cards. In Shining Fates, in my opinion, only has one chase card, and that's the Charizard VMAX, and it's a epic looking card and one to have in the collection for sure. But I'm not going to be spending any time opening packs of Shining Fates to get that card. I'd be as well just going buying the card as a raw card. However, guys, there have been some comeback kings after reprint, and one of those sets is an older set now, and it's kind of deemed upon as like a the worst set ever, and that's Steam Siege, and it does get a bad rap. It's not the best set, but it's not the worst set in my opinion. I don't think it's too bad. But Steam Siege had a massive reprint, and now you're looking at booster boxes upwards of £250. So it just shows you, having a booster box, say that it has been reprinted, or a product that's been reprinted, if you have it for a long period of time and wait it out, it just shows you that you can still potentially make your money back and hopefully even break even. But also, guys, one of my favorite sets of all time has got to be Evolutions, and now this had a massive reprint as well. And we all know where Evolutions is at the minute. You're looking around £700 for a booster box. It is not a cheap set by all means. And this set had a massive reprint of its booster boxes, and now it's blown that RRP price out the water, as it's currently selling for around £700, and it's a very well worth investment. If you kept it in your collection, didn't cash out too early, look at it now, that's a nice investment. If you paid the RRP prices or even lower, when they first got that reprint, booster boxes were like £80 at one point, dead cheap. And if you were able to pick those up at that time, you would have made a nice hefty whack of money if you hold on to those products. Last of all is Hidden Fates though, guys. Hidden Fates had a big reprint of the tins in general, and the tins kind of went down to like £25. The RRP price a bit lower, 23, 22. I picked up a few around £22 when we had the reprint, and now you're looking at double figures of that. You're looking around upwards of £50 for a Hidden Fates tin now. So it just shows you the power of holding on to your investments. Yes, these had a reprint, but sometimes if you buy into the stronger sets in general, then your investment is more secure. However, I do feel if you invest into like weaker sets, like Vivid Voltage, like Darkness Ablaze, it could be a long period of time until you start to see your money back or profits, a lot like Steam Siege. Now, if we do get the reprints for Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars, I do definitely think it will be the last time we will see reprints for maybe Sword and Shields, and definitely for these sets, because obviously Pokemon will focus their attention onto the latest new thing, Scarlet and Violet, and Crown Zenith, as it's so new at the minute as well. So I'd be very surprised down the line if they ever reprinted Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars after this period. So it could be a kind of determined 3 months whether we're going to be going into these sets again for the last time. However, on the flip side of that though, if we don't get the reprints for Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars, then we should expect to see the prices of the raw cards really take off again, and the products, the sealed products like your Elite Trainer boxes, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, the Build and Battle kits, and obviously booster boxes, I think they will just continue to climb. So basically guys, the next 3 months will be very key to see if we are going to be getting reprints of Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars. Like the graphs I showed you with the raw cards, it does tell me there is uncertainty within the market. A lot of people aren't sure what the best thing to do is. There's a lot of talk about the reprints at the minute. There's a lot of videos that you can actually go and see other people's feelings as well. This is just my feelings, so I'd be curious to see if you guys agree with me or not. But I think you should be holding off just now. Wait until another update from Pokemon, if they're gonna say something that's more definitive or not, and just kind of gauge the market and keep up to the latest Pokemon news. And if you are one of these people who has the money, who has the cash to go spend out on these booster boxes and Elite Trainer boxes of these sets, then my recommendation to you would just hold the product, don't open it, whatever you do. I think these should be definitely long-term investments, regardless of reprint or not. These got to be long-term investments, because if you start opening up these booster boxes expecting that you're going to get one of these really high value VMAX alternate arts and stuff, well then, you know, you're leaving yourself wide open. You could potentially get stung and forking out a load of money for a booster box that comes up with absolutely trash. And if you are in the market for buying some of the raw cards from either of these sets, my recommendation to you is really scout the market, look at all your options, look at eBay, look at TCG Player. Facebook Marketplace is a good place to get hold of cards as well, and any other secondary markets that you know of that you've gotten your cards before. But one of the things you have to do is get in regular contact with your seller, see if you can negotiate a better deal, and get as many images of the card that you're looking to buy as possible, because condition is going to be so key, because there's such a difference between getting a PSA 9 and a PSA 10, especially in a Moonron card for sure as well. You could be looking at a difference of £600 upwards just in that card if you've got PSA 9 or PSA 10. That is everything I've got for you today though, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. And as always, subscribe for more Pokemon videos, and I will see you guys again.